What if just one budgeting rule could completely change your financial future?
Welcome to the Explainer. Honestly, I am so incredibly pumped you're here right now because today we are tackling something that literally almost everyone stresses about, but very, very few people actually master. We're going to create a totally stress-free, actionable roadmap for your very first budget. If you've ever felt, overwhelmed by all that financial jargon, or if you just want a clear visual system to actually take control of your money, well, you're in the exact right place. Let's get right into it. So it's a super simple question, but really think about it. Where does your salary actually go? For so many of us, the end of the month just becomes this really anxious waiting game for that next paycheck to drop. You get a raise, and somehow, magically, your expenses just rise right up to match it, right? We call that lifestyle inflation. And our goal today is to break that cycle completely by using a really structured framework to map out exactly where every single rupee belongs. All right, to get us there, here is our roadmap for today's explainer. 1. The income reality check. 2. The 50-30-20 framework. 3. Your salary in action. 4. 4 steps to execute. And 5. The ultimate priority. Let's move. Starting right off with Section 1, the income reality check, finding your true baseline. Because look, before we can even think about building a budget, we've got to cut right through that corporate jargon. Okay, so we've got this battle between fantasy and reality. Your gross CTC, your cost to company, that is a total fantasy number when it comes to your monthly budget. Seriously, it's just a mirage designed to make you feel really good on offer day. You literally have to ignore it. Disregard those annual performance bonuses entirely, at least until they are physically sitting in your bank account. The absolute only number that actually matters for your budget is your net take-home pay. That is the actual cash in hand credited to your bank account every single month after taxes. That's your true reality. Now that we have our baseline reality sorted out, let's move to Section 2, the 50-30-20 framework. This right here is going to be your new financial compass. What we're looking at is a beautifully simple, globally recognized rule for categorized spending. Think of it like a giant sorting system. It divides your monthly after-tax income into 3 distinct buckets. 50% goes to your needs, 30% goes to your wants, and you absolutely should be saving at least 20% in that final bucket. Let's actually break down what goes into each of these 3 slices. First up, the biggest slice, that 50% needs bucket. I want you to literally think of this as your survival bucket. This half of your income has to strictly fund your unavoidable, keep the lights on survival costs. These are the serious, non-negotiable things that keep your life running. We're talking house rent, societal maintenance, groceries, your basic utilities like electricity, water, and internet. It also covers your commute fuel or public transit, school fees, and any ongoing debt EMIs that you are legally obligated to pay. Next up, we have the 30% wants bucket. Think of this one as your lifestyle bucket. This portion is all about those non-essential personal choices that, just improve your quality of life. It's discretionary for sure, but hey, it's what makes life fun. This is where you put dining out, upgrading your OTT subscriptions, impulse retail shopping, and yes, definitely those late-night online orders you instantly regret the next morning, plus all your weekend leisure and travel. And finally, the 20% savings and investments bucket. This is your protection and future wealth bucket. And listen, let me make this absolutely clear. This bucket is completely mandatory. This money needs to be funneled away for long-term wealth building. We're talking systematic investment plans, or SIPs in mutual funds, your public provident fund, or NPS allocations. This is exactly how you pay your future self. Okay, so we know the theory, but let's jump to Section 3, your salary in action, the income matrix, and see how this actually works in the real world. Take a quick second to find the row that most closely matches your actual monthly take-home salary. Let's say you're bringing home 30,000 rupees a month. Well, your absolute maximum for survival needs is 15,000. Your lifestyle gets 9,000, and your absolute minimum savings should be 6,000. Or if your take-home is a neat 1,00,000 rupees, your needs cap out at 50,000, wants at 30,000, and a minimum of 20,000 has to go right to savings. Seeing the hard numbers just makes this whole framework so incredibly tangible, right? And notice how even at a lakh a month, your wants are strictly capped at 30,000. That right there is exactly how you beat lifestyle inflation. Seeing the numbers is awesome, but we have to actually put them to work. So, Section 4, 4 steps to execute. This is your action plan. Here are the 4 really crucial actions we need to take. Step 1, like we just talked about, calculate your true net income, cash in hand only. Step 2, track your living parameters. Step 3, deploy automated asset building. And step 4, tweak for high-cost metros. Let's dig into steps 2, 3, and 4 really quickly. Step 2 is all about building a tracking habit. Here's what you do. Pull up your bank and credit card statements from the previous 3 months. Literally just go through them and use manual spreadsheets to tag your actual baseline outflow. By categorizing the last 3 months of your life into needs and wants, you are going to immediately see exactly where you're overspending compared to those 50-30-20 targets. It's a total eye-opener. Step 3 is about that 20% minimum. Do not, and I really mean do not, wait until the final week of the month to see what money is left over for savings. The absolute secret weapon here is automation. You need to set up an automatic bank mandate to just instantly sweep that 20% savings target right into your investments, like your liquid or equity mutual funds, on the exact same day your salary hits your account. By automating this, you completely remove the temptation to spend your protection bucket. Now, step 4 is the vital Tier 1 metro tweak. If you happen to live in a super high-cost city like Mumbai, Delhi, or Bengaluru, you know that rapid urbanization and high rents can easily push your survival needs all the way up to 60% of your income. It happens. But if your rent is eating up more than half your salary, you still cannot compromise your future. You absolutely must leave that 20% savings intact. What you do instead is compress your wants bucket down to 20% to balance the equation. Your lifestyle takes the hit, never your savings. Which brings us perfectly to our final section, Section 5, the ultimate priority, your financial shield. And this right here is your shield. The source material is incredibly firm on this point. Before you start aggressively throwing money into long-term equity, your absolute #1 priority is to funnel that 20% savings bucket into a 3 to 6 month liquid emergency corpus. That is the whole point. The 50-30-20 rule is primarily designed so you actually have funds on hand for an emergency. You've got to prioritize this to protect yourself against a sudden job loss, unexpected medical expenses, or just any crazy unforeseen cost. It is your totally non-negotiable foundation. So I want to leave you with this final thought. If an emergency struck tomorrow, how long would your current budget actually protect you? Seriously, think about it. If the answer makes you a little uncomfortable, hey, that's totally okay. Because now you have the exact framework to fix it. Start by downloading your last 3 months of bank statements today, calculate that true net take-home pay, and set up your 20% automated transfer. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this explainer. You've got the tools now, so go master your budget.